Okay, let's talk about this next one. Now, this next one has to do with the years. The year is in the quatrain, just like the other one, okay? Now, this one here has been analyzed by other people, and some people have different theories about what it was supposed to mean or how it was supposed to go, okay? But let's just read it and we'll investigate, okay? So, it says century 10. Okay, this is in century 10. This is the 72nd quatrain. That's quatrain 72. And this is what it says.
The year 1999, seventh month, from the sky will come a great king of terror, to bring back to life the great king of the Mongols, before and after Mars to reign by good luck.
Okay, now there's a lot to unpack in this thing. And, I saw something on the internet that is talking about the king of the Mongols is Genghis Khan. So, one of the theories was that in 1999, they're going to find the tomb of Genghis Khan and like open it up. It's gonna be like the Mummy, where like this ancient guy starts trying to take over the world or something, right? Um, no, okay. So what happens in Nostradamus is, and you'll see it in other quatrains, is that he will take a past figure from history and attribute that person to a modern person that is happening later in time. Okay, different ones. Okay, and anyway, but this one is talking about the king of the Mongols, which is Genghis Khan. Now he's likening a person in our time to Genghis Khan. Okay, in 1999. Now what happened in 1999 is in China. Okay, this guy came to power. Xi Jinping. Okay, this guy is the leader of China now. Now in 1999 he came into power. Okay, and he's been there ever since. Now what he's talking about is, in the year 1999 he gives us the date that this guy's coming into power, but this prediction actually pertains to this guy's entire lifetime. Okay, so we're actually now looking at something that will, uh, you know, have to do with our future. Okay, which is a little bit, crazy. Okay, but so this one should strike a chord. Okay. Um. Okay. So it says King of Terror. Well, is Xi Jinping a king of terror? Well, you know, to the United States he is. Uh, you know, I don't want to get into a bunch of like political global politics and stuff, but that's kind of the route we're going down here. Is this guy in China is doing some pretty terrible things, and he's trying to expand China. We're hearing about that he wants to maybe take over Taiwan. There's different talks of that he's getting more aggressive. I saw in the news. I think it was oh, was it Kamala Harris? I think went to Taiwan, and there was a bunch of like threatening remarks coming from China, or a little bit of you know there's hostility going on there. Other things that happen are China messing around with Australia, telling them about you know stay out of their airspace, acting aggressive, and so we don't know what this guy's ultimate plan is, but this quatrain seems to indicate that we're going to be seeing some acts of terror, some expanding of China, in this guy's lifetime and even after. Okay, now it says before and after Mars to reign by good luck. Now, what do we know about Mars? Okay, well, in astrology, Mars is the god of war. Okay, and that's in Greek mythology. That's in a lot of different religions of the past. Is that Mars is the god of war? Okay, it's been that way for a very long time. Okay, so it says before and after Mars to reign by good luck. This is referring to good luck in combat. Okay, it's talking about people that they're going to be lucky in war. Now, in China, the Chinese government is going to, have an upper hand in world affairs. They're going to have a lot of success militarily, which is, coming from America, that's not a good thing. Okay, they don't like our form of government. They don't like us. Okay, so but we're in for some troubling times. Okay, but that's what this quatrain's about, and let's just talk about it. I mean, 1555 is when Nostradamus wrote these things. Now, I think in by the time it gets to this quatrain of century 10 of 1557, or I don't know what time it was, but anyway, he wrote it back then. And we're talking almost 500 years later, and we got a prediction about China being a dominant force. Okay, we're talking about somebody coming out of China. How would he know that? Okay, I mean, it's one thing to for modern people to look at China and go, wow, they're becoming a world power, right? But 1555 people, how did he know this if it wasn't some sort of a prophecy? If he didn't have some sort of skill in looking in the future, okay? I mean, how would he know? How would he know? Okay. Now, you know, well, I think that pretty much covers it. And I don't want to talk too much about, things that are, unsettling to people. Okay. But, the thing I'd like people to think about the most is, China is kind of becoming a problem in global affairs, and there's all this stuff with Russia, I mean, it makes you wonder who's pulling the strings. Is Russia invading Ukraine because because they want to, or are they kind of being told that they need to go invade Ukraine, or is China pushing their buttons, telling them to do it? Okay, we don't know. Okay, but I have suspicions that the true mastermind behind some of these things that are going on is Xi Jinping. And this quatrain is pretty unsettling if you take into account that, he came into power in 1999, and, here we are. Okay? Now, let's just leave it at that, okay? Okay, so we're starting to wrap up this video, and we're, there's a lot more Nostradamus quatrains that have been analyzed by other people, and, things like the French Revolution, Napoleon Bonaparte, things that happened in World War II, okay, things like that. And I don't want to go into all of those because they've been extensively talked about on other videos, and a lot of people already know those ones. And you know one thing that's going to come up in this is, people, the skeptics of Nostradamus, are going to say, well, like, I see that you're doing the analytics of these quatrains. I see that you're, drawing conclusions, you're making connections with past events and stuff, or even, with the 1999 thing, looking at it going, oh, look at how this, connects up with modern times. And, one of the big things that they bring up is that you can't predict the future using the quatrains. Nobody's ever been able to predict what's going to happen next in advance. You can't draw conclusions about the future until after. It's only in retrospect that you go find these things and you make the connections, right? Or can you predict the future with them? Okay, well, that is what the next video is going to be about, is predicting the future using the quatrains, okay? Now, until then, I'll see you.